Hi there, and welcome to my channel. Before we even start, please take a look at the picture and tell me what's missing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I haven't built a custom computer in the past 10 years. Everything looks ginormous, big, and overwhelming. Just look at the size of this card. Like it's just absolutely unbelievable. The weight of this card is quite something. Look at the box just for a CPU. The last time I was putting computers together, maybe the box was only this big. Look at the size of this cooler. I mean, everything is just unbelievable how much the technology just involved in these past 10 years. So you probably realize by now what's the missing part, or what was the missing part, and why this build had to be delayed for a few days. We received 3 of these cards. We received 3 sets of 128 gigs of RAM. We got 3 SSDs. We got 3 liquid coolers. We got the 3 motherboards, Blu-Ray discs. We got the 3 case. We received 6 of these instead of 3, but we haven't received any of this. This is the missing piece. It finally came, all 3 of them. I'm still shocked the size of this and the weight of this, especially because the last gaming computer I built was running on something like this. This is a 450 instead of a 1200. This is just absolutely incredible, the difference between the two. Look at that. Look at this guy. It is just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. And so if you've been wondering, what am I doing? What was I doing in the past 10 years? I can tell you that I was doing IT. Been doing IT for about 20 years. I working on laptops, servers, networks, firewalls, computers, and I set up new computers for customers. Most of them are business related. So this is what I've been doing in the past 10 years, mostly. This is a Dell business class desktop. It's very simple. Some of the models has 2 screws in the back. Some of them has a latch. Higher end models slide the cover off, and here's your power supply. Yes, this is your power supply. This is your CPU and CPU cooler. This is your RAM. You have a 512 or a 1 terabyte SSD. You have Wi-Fi, and here's your computer. It's good to go. Just to look at things. This is power supply, what we're gonna use today, and this is what we have. This business class machine will probably run about 6 to 8 years without doing anything with it. Extremely reliable. We put this out, and maybe 6, 8 years later, we'll be still up and running, but will be slow enough to be replaced. So if you need more RAM, I can add more RAM. Takes about 1 minute, less than a minute. Put this back on. Put the screws back in. Tie them down, and here you are. Here's your computer ready to go. I know this is an unfair comparison because this is just a desktop for office use. This will never seen any kind of graphics work, gaming, any kind of math related softwares. So, but just to compare the two. So this is the PC. I'm gonna remove this power supply because we're gonna need all the space what we can get. And this is our other case. I don't think it's even gonna fit here. So yeah, this is the case. I can't believe the size of this thing. It looks ginormous. And this is our PC, just to be comparing the two. So, but let's focus on this. Let's start working on this guy and see how everything will go. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is the case. The case has a whole bunch of screws. I mean, we have all kinds of screws. We have one for optical drives. We have a whole bunch for regular hard drives, which I haven't seen a regular hard drive for a long time now, thank goodness. We only have 8 of these. screws, and we only have 8 of these brass studs. Unfortunately, the motherboard came with 9 holes. This is a very basic motherboard compared to the whole build, and yeah, that has 9 holes. So also one funny thing I haven't seen before: zip ties. They have zip ties around this foam to keeping the motherboard stable. I wonder why. Maybe they had problems with shipping. Uh, I never seen a mail carrier throwing boxes around. That's never happened, right? So maybe they had some RMA issues because of the packaging, and this is what they come up with. It's just interesting to see these zip ties in here as a solution. Otherwise, the box was actually packed nicely. Not only that, but they also have some additional foam keeping the motherboard in one place. So I'm not sure what about the zip ties, but if the manufacturer thinks that needs to be there, you bet it has to be there, because they are saving every dime on everything. So if there is an unnecessary part, they will not put it on for sure. But that's that. For some reason, since we have one short, like there is no good solution in here. Like all these edges obviously needs to be supported, so I can't take anything out from there. This is where the video card will sit, and I think I really need stud here as well. So I'm gonna go find a PC and grab one of them out of it from a used computer which is ready to be recycled, and put it in here. So this is gonna be nice and stable. I'm kind of surprised this case is it's ginormous. It's a Fractal Define R5. I don't know if this is normal, that they don't give you enough, while on the other hand, we have a whole bunch of other stuff. So maybe the future, if somebody's watching this from the manufacturer, can maybe include just one more, or actually do the extra mile and give us 2 more in case one of them gonna be missing, or we're just gonna lose one and can't find it. It's gonna fall into somewhere. So that would be a nice additional touch. So let's put this motherboard in. And before I do that, in a past, I usually just install the RAM and a CPU and a cooler, and we'll see how that's gonna work out in this case. All right, so let's do the RAM and a CPU. Unlock all these. And put the RAM in. 1, 2. 3 and 4, and you're probably looking at this and wondering, we only gonna put 128 gigs on this machine, and the answer is yes. And I think I tricked you, and if I did that, I do apologize for that. This is not gonna be an actual gaming computer. It would be completely suitable for a task, but this is gonna be an office desktop, believe it or not, and most likely this machine will do math. I don't think it will ever see a single game, and that's probably a sad part, but it's just gonna do work. So let's do the processor. I haven't seen this socket yet. This is a 1700 series, and look at this guy. This is absolutely amazing to me. Just this box, the design is actually went into it is actually quite nice. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so we have, I can show you what we have here. We have this little holder here, and wow, look at that, Intel. You can put it on the shelf. After that, how nice it is. We have a little envelope here. Oh, we have a little booklet, and of course a sticker, i9. Okay, let's get our waffle out. It looks like it's been ready. Okay. Yeah, this is absolutely nice. This is absolutely premium. Definitely have a premium feeling. I have no idea how much this processor is, but just a nice touch. Okay, so I hope that this is still the same what we were doing back in the day, that this is kind of foolproof. Can't put the CPU in any other way, but only the right way. So let me just try to put it in the other way. Yeah, it's just not happening. Nice. It's actually nice because back in the day that wasn't the case, and a lot of us just put the CPU backwards, and that was not good. Okay, let's clamp it down. Okay, so the motherboard is pretty much ready to go. Let me move this out of the way. Normally, what I would do is just put this in as it is, and we'll see how it fits in the case. If anything needs to come out, let's just take a look at it quick. Okay, let me move this. Okay, and let's try to fit the motherboard first. Okay. And it's lovely in here. Okay. Alright, so everything lines up. We definitely need a stud there. Motherboard is bouncing a little bit. Guess it's bouncing everywhere else as well. So yeah, video card. Let's actually see the video card. Oh, right here. It's like I can't believe the size of this thing. And this connect. Okay. Um. Okay, so I'm assuming we'll have to take the middle section out. Um. Okay. One. And I need my screwdriver. Okay, so we have the video card in, and I have a bad feeling, but we'll see that in a minute. So this is just absolutely massive. The weight of this card is just unbelievable. So yeah, once this is going to be tightened down, there's still a little bit of movement, but we'll see when everything is actually installed how much space we're going to have. I was worried about this case being so big, but now I'm like realizing this might not be the case at all. We still need a power supply, which is also ginormous somewhere here. We're gonna need this liquid cooler, which I never seen before. NZXT Kraken X63. Yeah, I never installed a liquid cooler before, so this is gonna be an experience for sure. Let's open up and see what we have in a box. Okay, we have the manual. I'm sure we're gonna go through that. Okay, so we need the back plate right off the bat installed. Okay, well that's mistake number one. Alright, you have two fans, nice size. We have a whole bunch of mounting hardware. We have some cables and more cables. We have the actual pump here. Okay, well, here we have the radiator and we have the pump. So, okay, so this will be It's not gonna be on the bottom for sure because that's a power supply. We don't have a space on the side. The top, probably the way to go. Except we don't have enough space. Okay, this fan probably needs to come out if we can, and we'll see if we have enough space. I see these panels are removable from the top, and we're gonna try to do that and see what's behind the panel. Okay, so I have to take everything out, put the pump away, put everything in here. So the cord needs to come out. Okay, I made a mistake. I was not aware of, I probably should have, but I was not aware of that there is no mounting bracket on this motherboard. Used to be, you had at least that, and I guess that's not the thing anymore. So good thing, yeah, we haven't secured the motherboard yet, and I also still need a post here, so which is good. And then we're gonna take this fan out and see how much space we're gonna have, and take this front panel off. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but there is removable panels here, or top panel. So let's go ahead and do that and see how we're gonna look like after that. All right, blast from the past. Came with Windows XP Home. Wow, that's that looks pretty. Okay, let's see if we can get to the motherboard and get that post out, what we need, and see if it's going to be a matching one. Look at that. This is not even SATA, it's IDE. We have a gigabyte motherboard. Look at that green and purple and orange. I mean, this looks pretty. All right, so let's, if you're not interested in this part, which I wouldn't probably, just go ahead and skip this and go to the next chapter. I just need that missing post, and hopefully, I'm really hoping that it's gonna be same height at least. Okay. Come on. Okay. All right. So, oh, that was easy. Okay. Let's get all these off. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Look at that. These are PCI, and this is AGP, I believe. I don't know if there's any kind of manufacturing date. Made in Taiwan. Can find. I don't see anything. I don't see anything yet. This is a floppy controller. And we have two IDE connectors. This was probably a nice board back in the day. You see the old serial port and a parallel port. And we got 4 USB besides the PS2 mouse and keyboard hookups. Yep, that's what it was used to be. All right, well, enough of this. Let's see if we can get one of the posts out. Yep, that was pretty easy. Maybe I should get a couple out, um, in case we have some more cases from Fractal. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is the nicest case I have seen in the past 10 years. It's just a little inconvenient. Did not have all the ports right off the bat. Let's put our case back. Remove this. We don't need this motherboard. We don't need any of that stuff. Let's clean up a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see if this is a match. Yay! Look at that. Okay, so now this is good as it gets. Don't forget the back fan. We do this in one face. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, we're thinking that it should come out. All right. Oops. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. Okay. All right. So the fan is all done. Put these down here. Let's grab the motherboard. Oh, before we do this, let's see if these are all matching. Yeah, everything lines up perfectly. We have the missing stuff fixed. We're gonna need a bracket before we tie this guy down. That would be not good. I already did the unthinkable. Check the manual multiple times. We're gonna need socket 1700. That's what we have. We're gonna need this back plate. All of them should be in a D position. This is new. I never seen anything like that. I guess this is, I guess, a universal pump or cooling system for AMD and Intel and multiple version of the Intel processors. So yeah, all of them in D all the way out. That is correct. Let's do. Okay, so this is all out. Okay, I think we're gonna still install the pump while this is out of the case. It's probably gonna be much easier like that. Some padding down, put the motherboard down, and let's see. So this is all lines up, all good. Let's see what we have here. We have the pump. Okay. Connect all cables before turning it on. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna keep this on for now. Let's see what we have here. Uh, let's see what the manual says. Manual says we're gonna need to put those posts in E or F. Intel 1700. That's nice. So we don't have to do the next one. It's like nothing else is tagged, so that's good. Okay. Right. I'm sure it's gonna be nice and tight. Yep. One. I don't know. Two. Three. 4. Okay, so I have those posts. Mm, is that all right? Why we have that gap? Why there's a gap here? That's okay, this is AMD, so got nothing to do with it. It says there is a bracket in here, but it comes with the Intel, so we're not changing it over because we already good. So then we have a pump orientation in here, and then we're gonna use ports labeled L to bolt the bracket with the pump down. I am not sure about this. Um, we'll do some research on this and we'll figure it out. So what this is, yeah, it would be nice if this bag would have been labeled for a Rocky, like I am, but it looks like this is the thing what we need. I don't know what about these posts. Are these any different than these? Okay. All right. So we have the pump. Oh, we're gonna probably, yeah. That's what's next. We're gonna need to install the fans. Okay. Right. Okay. We also have to make sure that we're gonna be able to install the fans, but we don't need this guy. We're gonna need this one later. We're gonna need this one later. This is just trash. We're gonna need these to lock everything down to the side. Pump. You're gonna be going here for now. Let's put the case back. Okay. All right, so we got the case. Let's put this guy in. Put everything down. Okay, so this is all lines up. We're gonna need that 8 black screws. Actually 9, we're gonna need an extra one for here. Let's look at the pump situation. Or maybe let's put the video card in, just like maybe around carefully like this. Okay, so see how much space we have with the pump. Okay, where's that gonna go? Okay, the connectors are over there. Okay. Okay, so this fits right here. I did some research. I watched some videos, yeah, and according to the good people of the internet, the pump has to be lower than the highest point. So the radiator has to be higher than a pump to be able to work this properly. So this is the only way this guy gonna fit. I had to remove this fan. I'm not sure if we really need that fan or not. We have another fan right here. I have no idea how hot this is gonna be. I don't know if this liquid cooling is just really an overkill. If you have any experience with this, put it in the comment section. Perfect. So the motherboard is in. It's all secure. It fits nicely. The pump. Again, I never seen liquid cooling before. I read the manual quite a few times. I watched some videos from other YouTubers. So you just have to learn stuff, especially in the IT field. There is no shame in that. We have to figure things out, and we have to look at how other people's doing things, and we have to look into the manual and try to come up with the best possible option to make things work. So I don't know about this cooling. So we have these tubes here, and radiator, this is the only spot this guy gonna go. There is no other way to swing it. I guess we would need a bigger case, or I have no idea, but this is what we have to work with. So we either put this guy down like this, and then we have the cables coming out this way, or we're gonna move this guy to this way, and we would have more access to stuff. But the cables are actually getting long now. Or we would do this, but I think it was just too much bending maybe with the cables, or maybe this is good. What do you think? Just gonna hit this cooling element here. Is it gonna sit on it? No, it should not. But then is it too close to the video card? Yes, it probably is. So either we're gonna go with this way, or we're gonna go this way. But then we have to deal with that. I don't know which is decisions. Let me know in the comment section if you figure this out, like what's the best way to set this up. I have no idea. I'm gonna remove this sticker. Oh, nice. Okay. Again, I have no experience with this liquid cooling system. I'm just trying to figure this out for the first time. I am kind of wondering, like normally they would put some kind of arrows or direction instruction how to install the fan. So maybe it's laughable for you, or maybe it's so obvious, but not for me at the moment, at least. I'm assuming. So let's just grab this fan. Came out from the case, and you see it tells you which way the air gonna flow and which way the fan gonna spin. So it's easy to figure it out that this has to be mounted this way, just like this. So I'm assuming we're gonna do the same thing with these fans, and the connectors probably needs to be at the bottom because they're gonna be connecting right underneath. So yeah, they're gonna be, nope, backwards, buddy. Yep, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna secure these, and then we'll go from there and see how everything fits. Okay, so we have the radiator done, the fans are installed, and I can see that there's going to be a problem because the motherboard power supply is right under this radiator, and the fan connectors are here. The cables are right there, so that's not going to be a problem, but the two 8-pin socket, the cables needs to come in here for the motherboard. Yeah, that's right under this radiator. So let's open up a power supply, see what we have there. We haven't even checked that out. Okay, so we have this monster here. It's a 1200. Not sure if we need a 1200. I'm just the person who's putting things together. I was not part of the group who was specking this out, or I don't know if this was requested by the client specifically or something we came up with, but this is what we have, and let's see what we have here. In Vietnam this time. So we have a power supply here. We have a manual. I'm sure we're gonna take a look at this at one point with the cabling. I'm not familiar with the newer video cards. Safety. We have a power cable. We have, oh, okay, all right. So this power supply is actually not bad at all. I thought it's gonna be much bigger, much heavier, but it's not. We have a sticker here. Silent operation at low or to moderate loads. In this mode, the fan will not spin. So actually, I've seen this before, and the first time I saw these type of power supplies, I was freaking out because yeah, it starts up, spins a little bit, then it stops. It's probably totally normal for you. And also, I don't see these power supplies because Dell has or any other brand I work with, Lenovo or HP, everything is covered. You don't really see anything. You don't really hear anything. They are extremely quiet. What they for? Some of them has graphics cards, and some of them has a better processor. Yes, some of them were designed for graphic works or video editing or gaming. Yeah, that's the case. But they also like really like put it together. In here we have a million option to go with any kind of motherboard, processor, any kind of power supply. So everything is in our hands, in our wheel. These big manufacturers actually, I think, doing a really good job to putting specific models and specific components together, and it really comes down to being quiet and reliable, and just work every day. We turn the computer on, and it's on, and on, and it just works. So I don't know if that's the case with the custom parts. I don't have, again, I don't have experience from the last decade how long this will be last. I'm assuming these power supplies, I think I saw a sticker has a 10-year warranty, so it's probably engineered to the point when this is going to be not a point of failure in here. Okay, so power supply, we got some zip ties. Can use it on the motherboard when we ship it out. We have some screws, and oh, what is this? Oh, a travel bag. So when you take the power supply on the road, you take the travel bag with you. Oh, okay. So I don't know if you can see this. It looks like scratched a little bit, or maybe dirty. It's probably just scratched. Um, so what are you gonna do with this? Um, if, I'm sure there's gonna be leftover cables. There is always leftover cables. There is just no other way around. Um, and maybe we're gonna put these cables back in this baggie, and then we can give it to a customer. Uh, Maybe that's what it's for. You don't have to keep all these cables in this box, so it's saving space. It's probably a nice touch. I've never seen a little bag or travel bag for the cables. Awesome, I'll take it. So let's move this out. Let's save this. I'm sure we're gonna need to put it over here. Let's keep the manual out in case we need to look into that real quick. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, we have all the connectors for the motherboard. We have to definitely look at the manual and see what do we have here. I see USB 2. I see an audio for the front panel. This is USB 3 for sure. I remember that. Power switch. HDD light. It's still called HDD light. And reset switch. So everything is just like it used to be. Okay, let's see how the power supply will fit. Okay, I think I can take this off. I will. Yeah, fits nicely. We're gonna have enough cables, hopefully. That's my other worry. I wonder how everything will make it there, especially across from this end all the way to the other end. I'm assuming this is a premium power supply with the 1200, so everything should just fit. This guy will go from here, somehow from here to there. Yeah, we'll just have to figure it out how this cable is gonna go. My other thing is we're gonna need two of these cables. They marked CPU, and see if we can find another one marked CPU. Yeah, jackpot. Let's take this guy out. Okay, what should I do with this? Can you fit? Okay, perfect. So let's I think we can put the video card in to see what kind of space we're gonna work with. And then let's just go from there. Okay, so we have CPU. I don't know if it matters which end, probably not, but let's just follow the instructions. So CPU, click, CPU, click. All right, so we have the radiator secured to the case. All right, so we have pretty much all the cable connected. We have the USB 3 header, the USB 2 header. We have the off the front panel audio. We have all the power switch, power light, reset, and HDD light, hard drive light, and oh, I think we don't need this. I think we can just remove this and get some extra space. I don't think there's anything going to be here. I will include this with the computer. And let me see. It looks like we have 4 screws inside. Let's see if we can this out. Oh, whoa, look at that. It's like a little tray. It's like a little tray, just like in my toaster oven. You can just get the crumbs out by probably will see it, but we can just pull this guy out, clean it up, maybe vacuum it. So let's see if we can get these screws out. We have 4 of them only. 1. Yep. 2. 3. 4. A magnetic screwdriver would be better. Okay. Let's have to take this out carefully. Yeah, we got a lot of space now. Okay, this case has 2 optional SSD on a back plate, a mounting bracket, so we can use that, but it's not going to be mounted. The SSD, for whatever reason, is going to be an enclosure, and it's going to be removable. So in a case of an emergency or anything like that, you're just going to pull the drive out and walk out with it. So we don't have to worry about it, and that's why we don't have an M2 SSD drive installed on a motherboard. So yeah, look what I did here. Cable management. This case is actually awesome. I just realized that I need to use these rubber like pre-made holes to fish through all the cables, so that will get rid of the spaghetti mess, and then I wouldn't have to worry about these cables going under the video card. I can just probably feed them down in here and then make them come up here with the rest of the cables, so this area would be nice and clean. Too bad I already tightened the video card down, so video card need to come out again for the 3rd time maybe, and then we will go from there. So let's do that. All right, so we made some progress. Power supply is in place. It's not secured with the screws yet. We got some problems. Maybe not problems, but this HX1200 power supply is not compatible with this video card straight, or maybe it's compatible, maybe it's not the good word. It just doesn't have this kind of connector, this NVIDIA power supply connector. So we have to use the adapter which came with the card. Not a fan of the adapter, but what can we do? If we need to put this PC together today, which we definitely do, we're gonna need to use this guy. Which it would be like a bent one. I mean, obviously there's no other way. The manufacturer knows that this card gonna be facing up with this product, so maybe a 90-degree pre-bent cable set would have been nicer. So we have to use these 3 cables with a whole bunch of other ends, so this comes out in a Y. So each cable gonna have an additional set of these heads, which we're not gonna use. It's gonna be a lot of cables here for no reason. It's just what it is. But look what I found when I was going through the box and a manual. Look at that. So this apparently is a post. According to the manual, you put this little guy out, and it's gonna support, has a little measurement on it, gonna support this video card, the weight of this video card. So the video card is secured for a 4 time at least. It's all bolted down. Has a little bit of wobble at the end. I'm not sure how you're gonna use this little guy. I mean, obviously we need maybe 2 of these. Oh, it's magnetic. Look at that. So maybe it goes somewhere here. I am not sure if there is a spot the video card is supposed to have designed, but the power supply has a grid on it, so this is not going to be a solid surface to be on. Maybe this is the way to go right here. But do we really want to have something with a magnet attached to the case? I am not sure. Oh, look at that. Screwdriver. Oh, it's too late for that. Yeah, it's not magnetic. The magnet is on the other side, but not in here. No. Nope. Okay, well, if you use these before, and if you know where this thing goes, like securely and properly, please let me know in the comment section. I would appreciate that. I will try. Okay, so everything is connected, everything is tied together as much as possible. We'll do the final cable management round and just tie everything down. As you can see, this case fan in here, I forgot to connect. I tried a bunch of times. There is no way I cannot put it on. My hands are not fit. I tried everything beyond, tried to be very careful, bend the cable there, just try to like put it on carefully. It doesn't work. I don't want to pull this cable back and rip everything out. So guess what? You're right. Try to take time to take the video card out. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Connect that fan. I'm gonna hook the power up, hook up a monitor, and we'll see what we have. Alright, so let's try to turn it on and see what we have. Back in the day, I was usually holding the power switch with my hand. If anything goes bad, I can shut the power down right away. Sometimes it happens when any of the cable catches the fan or something is wrong and we haven't realized it. So I'm gonna turn it on, hit the power button, and see what we have. So power is on. I see a red light on a video card. I'm gonna hit the power button. I see a red light on a motherboard. DVD boots. Oh, okay, hold on. I see the fans that are spinning. This fan works. These 3 fans in your video card works. These 2 fans are work, but this was supposed to light up. The pump is not going. Oh, okay. Mistakes were made. I forgot to connect the cables. The pump is not getting power, so let me grab the cables and connect the pump, and we'll go from there. Mistakes in here, and you were probably streaming loud in front of the computer and saying, Scott, no, don't turn it on, the pump. And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, so I just went for it. And now I realize there are multiple mistakes in here. One of them is the direction of this pump. I have no experience with this, so I think the better way to mount this would have been 90 degrees turned over clockwise, because then of course we would have more cables, more slack in here, which we have to deal with, make sure they not gonna touch the card. I don't think there would be any problem, but just to be on the safe side. But see this USB cable and power cable, it's way too close to these fans. I was able to tuck these cables quite down, and they are nice and tight. I don't think they're gonna come out. I also have an option to pull a piece of zip tie down here and down here, so that shouldn't be a problem. But the problem is the pump is USB 2. Like, this motherboard has only one USB 2 header, and that is occupied for the front USB connectors. So we have 2 options. We either gonna have USB 2.0 in the front, or we're gonna have the pump. Like, for some reason, I think we should go with the pump. But what we can do is we have two USB 3 headers on the motherboard. One of them is here, it's connected, so we have two USB 3.0 ports in the front panel. They are working. You know where's the other one? Yeah, it's under the video card. Yep. I don't know, this would be the 6th time. So I can unplug this. There is actually a 90-degree angle. It just slides in right here. Then they actually turn that connector over, so all you have to do is slides it in. It doesn't stick out like this. And then we can get like a $10 dongle connector from Amazon to convert this free port. Once this guy goes under the card, then we would have a free port in here, and then we can put a converter in it from 3.0 to 2.0, and then we can have the USB front 2.0 connected to that dongle, and then we would have 4 working ports in the front of the machine. So that right. So let's try this one more time. I'm gonna hold the power switch with my hand. I'm gonna hit the power button. I see that the video card fans are spinning. The pump finally lit up. The fans, the CPU fans, are also running. The extra fan is also running in here. So what happened is I told you that the USB header needs to be connected to the 2.0 for a pump, but I didn't do that. So I hooked it up. I moved the 3.0 header out of here. I put it under the video card. So that is good. If we need to hook this up when we have the adapter, it's going to be just an easy, quick plug. I also just found out that was absolutely unnecessary, because the first thing the client is going to do is disable the USB ports from BIOS, and the BIOS will be locked down. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, this was my first build in this past decade. Definitely rusty, and I made some mistakes. Nothing which we couldn't figure it out. Either you looking at the manual or you looking at other people's videos to the point until we'll get through all the obstacles. One thing for sure, you cannot be frustrated or angry when you're doing this. This is a $3,000 machine. I got 2 more to build. So if you need to take a break, just go ahead and take a break. That's perfectly normal. These are just computer parts. And yeah, if you watch this video this far, I really appreciate that. You're a real hero. If you can leave some comments for me or for somebody else in a comment section, please do that. You would be an absolute legend. And thank you so much for watching my video, and I see you at the next one.